Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really zeroing in on something loads of you ask about,
Mm-hmm.
understanding native English speakers and, speaking faster, more
Yeah,
confidently.
get in that flow.
Exactly. You want tips you can actually use, and, well, that's what we're aiming for today.
That's right. We've looked at teacher Sam's advice and pulled out five key tips. They seem simple, but they're pretty powerful for boosting comprehension and speed.
And the mission today is not just listing them off right.
No, we want to dig into why they work and, more importantly, how you can start using them, like today.
Okay, let's dive in then. First up from Teacher Sam. Surround yourself with English daily. Seems straightforward, maybe even obvious.
Well, yes and no. It's obvious, but the consistency is key. There's a real benefit to just constant exposure. Your brain, it starts to pick up the sounds, the rhythm, the patterns of English almost subconsciously.
Like tuning your ear.
Exactly, tuning your ear. And it's easier than you might think to weave it in. Switch your music playlist, maybe listen to an English podcast on your commute.
Or just watching shows, movies in English during downtime.
Perfect. Even just changing your phone's language setting, little bits of practical exposure all day long.
Okay, so it's that constant background hum of English. Tip two feels like a bigger mental shift. Think in English, not in your native language. That sounds challenging.
It can be, yeah. It's definitely a hurdle for many learners. We naturally want to translate.
Right, you form the thought in your native language, then translate it word by word.
And that translation step, it slows you right down. Plus, it often leads to phrasing that sounds a bit unnatural, a bit clunky.
So thinking directly in English helps speed things up and sound more natural.
Precisely. It streamlines the whole process. Your thoughts flow more directly into English words.
So how does someone, start doing that? Any baby steps?
Oh, definitely. Start really small.
hmm
Look around your room right now. Label objects in your head in English. Table, chair, lamp.
Just simple nouns.
Yep. Then maybe try little internal monologues. Okay, I'm making coffee now. Or what should I do next? Just narrate your actions or simple thoughts to yourself, but in English.
Building that direct link between the idea and the English words for it.
Exactly. It takes practice, but it gets easier. And that actually leads nicely into tip number 3.
Which is,
Master high-frequency words and phrases.
okay, that makes immediate sense. Focus on the words you actually hear and use most often. Pareto principle for language, maybe?
Kind of, yeah. A surprisingly small number of words make up a huge chunk of everyday conversation. So if you really know those core words and crucially common phrases and idioms,
Ah, the phrases native speakers use all the time.
yes, knowing those gives you a massive leg up in understanding what's being said and expressing yourself clearly. It's about learning efficiently.
Right, maximum impact for